In the top stories, the body of the late Vance Amory to arrive in the Federation this afternoon. Bodies recovered in Trinidad and Tobago boat capsizing, and IMF cuts global growth forecast over Russia war. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today's Wednesday, April 20, 2022. I'm Jason Davis. Nationally, the body of the late ambassador and former premier of Nevis, His Excellency Vance Amory, is scheduled to arrive in the Federation later today. The body of Ambassador Amory will then lie in state at the parliamentary chambers in government headquarters for 2 days, after which he'll be transported to Nevis. ZIZ will have live coverage of the arrival on ZIZ TV Channel 5 at 3:30. It will also be streamed on ZIZ's social media pages. The Traffic Department has outlined the process of registering a vehicle that was purchased overseas and brought on island. This process was explained by Sergeant Sophia Henry during ZIZ Radio's program On the Road on Wednesday. She explained that the process of registering a vehicle begins at the Traffic Department, where a person would need to take in 3 pieces of documentation.
When you're registering a vehicle, you have to come to the Traffic Department and you have to come with 3 important documents. You have to come with the export certificate, you have to come with the custom and excise form, and you must also come with a form of ID. Even if you're not a registered licensed driver, you can come with a voter's ID, your passport, and register your vehicle.
She said the next step is insuring the vehicle, after which the person would then have to go back to the Traffic Department and receive a form that will allow them to move the vehicle from the port to get it inspected.
From the Traffic Department, then you're going to go to the insurance and get your vehicle insured. When you finish from the insurance, then you come back to the Traffic Department for a form that is giving you permission to move it from the port to get it inspected or to take it to your home. And this form is not for you to drive from downtown for person to see you. This is to move from point A to point B. So if you come and you say you're going to inspect it, that's the only place you're supposed to go inspect it and then take it home.
Sergeant Henry says the individual has to go to the Inland Revenue Department to register the vehicle and pay the wheel tax, which would now allow the person to actually drive the vehicle. In other news, police and prison officers are still searching for an escaped prisoner, Jesus Valdez, who broke free last Thursday. According to a poster from the police, Valdez was charged for assault and was remanded at Her Majesty's prison. Police are asking that the public contact any of the following numbers if he's seen or his whereabouts are known. The numbers are Her Majesty's Prison at 465-2241, extension 4386, the Bastille Police Station 465-2241, or you can call your nearest police station or the crime hotline at 707. Scene. 11 days after Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard recovered the body of one of the 5 crew members of MV Fair Chance, 3 more bodies were retrieved during the continued search operation over the Easter weekend. Here's more.
The Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard confirmed the recovery of 3 bodies aboard the MV Fair Chance on Monday, but there is still 1 crew member unaccounted for. According to an official press release posted by the TTCG, a commercial salvage company was contracted to assist in cutting a hole in the deck of the vessel to access its contents. A hole was cut into the deck, but neither Coast Guard divers nor commercial divers could enter the boat. The salvage company then refloated the vessel, a task that was completed on Easter Sunday. On Monday, members of the Coast Guard, accompanied by police officers, entered the vessel and found 3 bodies, which were later removed to the Forensic Science Center in St. James. While Trinidadian authorities are awaiting post-mortem results to properly identify the bodies, the family of Eric Caliste of Post Royal St. Andrew told GBN News that after the bodies were retrieved, their relative was identified by his gold teeth. The family says one of the other bodies believed to be that of Eric's close friend Devon Celestin of Munich, St. Andrew. Eric's brother Leroy Caliste, in a phone interview with GBN, says this is a difficult period for the family, but they are still relieved to have some closure.
You know, this is very, very, very tough, and anybody who had to go through this as a family, they will understand what I'm talking about. But we feeling much, a little bit more relaxed now to know where we found the body. The most I decomposed, but so far we know we found the body out of the water, and so we could have a little closure with something, you know.
TTCG says they remain committed to continuing searches in conjunction with partner agencies for the remaining missing man, who is believed to be the captain, Dexter Chance of St. John, but was residing in St. Vincent. On April 2nd, the Vincentian registered vessel encountered rough sea and subsequently overturned due to a shift of the cargo on board, 5 nautical miles north of Manus Island. 2 of the 7 crew members survived and were rescued. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
The investigation into the disappearance of a former Guyana Energy Agency officer may end up in the hands of Interpol. More details in this report from Joel Vutt of HGP Nightly News.
The Guyana Police Force may ask International Police, Interpol, for help in finding 44-year-old Rayvon Shervin Francis, who is the main suspect in relation to the 2013 murder of Guyana Energy Agency Field Manager Leroy Taljet. Francis' last known address is Lot 4B Sharm Ali Soosdijk, East Bangdamararo. The Guyana Police Force last Tuesday issued a wanted bulletin for 44-year-old Francis. A source related to Nightly News that since the bulletin was issued for Francis, detectives working on the case have not come up with any clues that may lead to his arrest. The source related that crime sleuths are considering asking Interpol for help. The case file has been assigned to investigators from the Guyana Police Force Cold Case Unit. Taljet of Anaira Street, Queenstown, mysteriously disappeared on December 23, 2012. He was last seen driving his Toyota Ram motor vehicle, PNN A315, which was later found vandalized days after along the Linden-Soosdijk Highway. Hours before he went missing, Taljet was scheduled to go to the supermarket with his mother. Police say that phone records had also led the police to a suspect. The man was arrested but released after 72 hours since he did not provide the police with any substantial information that could provide a clue as to Taljet's whereabouts. Reporting for the GP 90 News, Joel Vogt.
The International Monetary Fund slashed its forecast for global economic growth by nearly a full percentage point, citing Russia's war in Ukraine, and warned inflation was now a clear and present danger for many countries. Al Jazeera reports.